Welcome back to Outperform. And today I want to talk to you about bone broth. Bone broth is very important and it's a very big staple in most cuisines throughout the world. But unfortunately in America, in our fast-paced lifestyle, we've gotten away from using bone broths. Now you can go to the store and you can buy the broth that's on a shelf, and they have vegetable broths and they have beef broths and they have chicken broths. And to be honest, none of them are really better than the other. Your bone broths are a lot better than a vegetable broth, but vegetables carry a lot of nutrients just like anything else, so they're all important, but especially the bone broth, and that's what we're gonna cover today. So I was at training today and I was rolling around with a couple of guys in jiu-jitsu, and one of the guys asked me, man, what's the best thing for your joints? And I said, well, hands down, the number one thing you can do is you can take gelatin made from a company called Great Lakes. I don't recommend any other company. Great Lakes gelatin is by far the best you can get on the market. But what's even more simpler and actually extremely more healthy is actually making your own homemade bone broth. And so he asked me, well, is it a difficult process? It seems like it's a lot of work, and it's actually not a lot of work at all. All you need is a slow cooker. Now, I have an Instapot, so it's a pressure cooker, it's a rice cooker, it's a slow cooker, it sautés, blah, blah, blah. But I do have a slow cooker that's 5 quart, but this is actually a 6 quart, so I can make more. So what we did is I put a whole bunch of chicken bones in here and chicken necks, all right? As always, use your free range and organic as much as possible. You want to get the best qualities as you can. But it's very simple. I said, listen, all I did was I put the chicken bones inside. I took 1 or 2 stalks of celery. I took a couple of carrots. I took some garlic. I took an onion and really just cut it in half. And I didn't peel any of that stuff. I went outside. I grabbed me some rosemary, what else? Oregano, some parsley, all things from our garden. And I just threw it in there, filled it up with water, and put it on slow cook. The longer it goes, the better it is. You can go anywhere from 10 to 15 hours. And honestly, what you don't know is you can actually keep taking the bones and reusing them. Now, once they become very soft and brittle, you can see all the little baby holes inside, then it's time to discard them. But you'll be amazed on how much nutrients are inside of there. So he wanted to know what's the best thing for your joints. And I said, listen, I'm 40 years old, I'm going on 41. I still travel around the nation and compete at the highest level I can. I train all the time. I've been working out with weights since I was 17 years old and pushing it heavy. I'm a firefighter, and at the same time, I don't skip a beat. I can hang with any 15-year-old, any 25-year-old, any 30-year-old. I don't wake up with aches and pains. My body works perfectly fine. And it's because I take care of myself. That's something that's very important. You really need to understand that you shouldn't live to eat, but you should eat to live. And that's what I do. I make sure that everything I eat is gonna help me excel in my performance. On the mats in jiu-jitsu, in competition, in the weight room, but most importantly, when all that's said and done, when I grow old, when it's time for me to be with my grandchildren and be with my family, I don't want to be bedridden. I don't want to have to live on oxygen or sit in a chair or not be able to do things because my joints ache or because I didn't take care of myself. You know, the more you take care of yourself, the better you're going to be at no matter what you want. Regardless of whatever you're working towards to be the best you can be in life, if you just eat the right things and take care of yourself, you're going to achieve those goals because you're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy and you're going to want to work towards your goals. So let's take a look inside. I haven't opened it yet. I can't wait. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Look at all that. Oh, I wish you could smell it. It's unbelievable. You see all this oil at the top, or what people call fat? If you were to put this in the ice box, you would see later on like that white film, and under the white film, it's gonna be jiggly. That's the gelatin. You know, all these times, all these years, people have been telling you to throw that part away. Absolutely not. That is the best part. Not only does it taste good, but it's the best part for you. That's the stuff that you want. Once again, all I did was put chicken bones, carrots, an onion, some garlic, some celery. I didn't chop anything. I just threw it in there, filled it up with water, with some herbs, locked it, and turned it on. And walked away, went to bed. No big deal. See this? This is frozen bone broth. All we did was take our broth, strain it, and then we filled up our ice cube trays. And then we freeze it and we can go back and we can use it as we need it. A lot of times my wife and I will put them in mason jars. Small mason jars and large mason jars, or medium size, depending on how much, say, we actually need when we're cooking. Mason jars are fantastic in the freezer because they will not break. But if you want small portions, you can always just use ice cubes. My children know about bone broth and the effects of bone broth and how good it is for them, and that we use it in all our food all the time. They even sometimes remind me, Papa, don't forget to put the bone broth in. We use it in rice, beans, and even foods when we have to reheat them. If we take, like, say, some older meat, it's been in the refrigerator for a day or two, and we want to heat it up on the stove, instead of adding a little bit of water, I put a cube of bone broth. When we do beans and when we do rice, we half the amount. We do half water and half bone broth. So if you're suffering from, say, joint problems, or you don't want to suffer from joint problems, you want to nip that in the butt now, but you want to boost your immune system, help your gut, fight any other disorders that you may be having or you don't want to encounter later on in life, this is it. The pot of gold. The bone broth is the key to your success and your health and your vitality. I hope this helps you out. Please share and like this video.